Hey up everyone, welcome to the Rugby League History Channel. I hope you're all well. I'm just going to turn that music off for a minute. Tonight I'm going to be reviewing the Parramatta match against Melbourne, which finished a couple of hours ago at Bankwest Stadium there. So this was a round 2 match. Going into the game, Parramatta had a come from behind win last week against Brisbane, and they defeated South Sydney down there in Melbourne in round 1 of the competition. So both sides coming in with a win. The match is getting played at Bankwest Stadium there. Going into the match, not many people tipped Parramatta to win this game. A lot of people went with Melbourne. There was a couple of people that did go for Parramatta, but I'd say maybe 95% of people went for Melbourne. A few things happened before this game which I think maybe changed the result or changed the momentum of how the game was going to go. First off, it rained and it rained and rained before kick-off and during the day. I don't live in Sydney, but getting told by people that live in Sydney, apparently it was just raining, heaving it down. And I said to myself, Parramatta Bankwest Stadium is an ice rink at the best of times, so with rain and all that caper added on top, it's going to be a very tight match. I think that there's not going to be too many points scored. And also, before kick-off as well, Wonga Blake was ruled out and Marata Niakari was coming into the team to defend there on the centre there with Blake Ferguson. And I says to myself, and I was saying to a couple of other mates, that this could be a blessing in disguise because Wonga Blake's defence hasn't been particularly good, and maybe the Niakari might be different. So getting into this game, the first 10 minutes or so was quite tight, both sides going through their sets, and then in the 14th minute you had Nelson Asafa-Solomone right out the front of Parramatta's goal post there. He crashes over, but underneath him to hold him up is Clint Gutherson and Reid Marnie. In the 16th minute, Melbourne switched the ball to the left, as I expected that they probably would throughout the game. Ado Carr beats Blake Ferguson, all ends up as I expected as well. He goes to chip Gutherson. The chip's not high enough. Gutherson smothers it, stops another try. 21st minute, Parramatta put up the bomb. It goes towards George Jennings, and leaping through the air like a gazelle is Micah Sivo. He catches the ball, plants it down, and it's 6-0 to Parramatta after Mitchell Moses kicks the goal. The 35th minute, once again Melbourne on that left edge there attacking Blake Ferguson and Niakari's side of the field, and the ball goes through a bit of kind of sloppy plays. It's kicked ahead. All the Parramatta players switch off, but Reid Marnie doesn't, and he's back there to clean up the ball just before Ado Carr dives on it. So that's another try saved by Parramatta in the first half. But the defence was finally broken. 37th minute, the ball goes out to the new signing, the former Canterbury player Remus Smith. He scores for Melbourne. Makes it 6-6 at half-time. Parramatta once again concede a very stock standard try before half-time. Something that's very common in the Brad Arthur era of Parramatta, I must see myself. Second half, 46 minutes. Ryan Mattison's taken off the field with the HIA. Looking back on the replay, not Patrick Kafusi, but Felice Kafusi was actually very lucky to stay on the field. I don't think that it was a send-off offence, but it was a shite tackle, and it was a shite thing to do with another player. As Ryan Mattison was falling to the ground, Felice Kafusi said, right, fucking come here, and dug the elbow in, and Ryan Mattison didn't come back after that. I think Felice Kafusi was lucky not even to get maybe a sin bin, but playing against Melbourne, and over the years I'm pretty sure most other clubs and most other fans would probably know that Melbourne always seem to get away with shite like that. And then the game was, it could have gone either way. But the 66th minute, Junior Paulo once again steps up, as he did against Brisbane. He crashes over from close range, takes 3 plays with him over the line. 12 points to 6 after Mitchell Moses kicks that goal. 74th minute, Melbourne trying to get back into the game. This one was a bit of a scrappy try. It was a kick through. It come off a couple of sets of legs. It happened to bounce the right way. Justin Olam scores, makes it 12-all. And this game's looking like it's going to go to golden point. But in the 76th minute, another bomb's put up towards George Jennings. And once again, leaping through the air like Superman, taking it out of George Jennings' hands there is Micah Sivo. He scores the winning try, makes it 16-12 to Parramatta. Parramatta win over Melbourne for the first time as a full-strength Melbourne side since 2012. A big win for Parramatta, massive win. Not many people expected them to win, but they come out there and they won. They played very, very well. For Parramatta, some of the main meter gainers for the match: Regan Campbell-Gillard, 170 metres he made. Micah Sivo, 167 metres along with those 2 tries. Reid Marnie, 59 tackles he made, plus he saved a couple of tries as well. Isaiah Papali, 43 tackles, and Nathan Brown, 42 tackles, so they were the top tacklers there. I thought that if Parramatta were any chance to win this game, that, as I've said it for years now, that Melbourne have a game plan which is blitz the opposition early on, race out to see like an 18 to 24 point lead, score a few quick tries, and then for the next 50-60 minutes defend, slow down the game, implement dirty tactics, all that key, but try to slow it down. And that's what they did last year, and that's how they won the Premiership. Against Canberra and Penrith, we saw that Penrith and Canberra won the second half, but it was that 20-minute display in the first half of the game which won Melbourne the match. There's been some clubs in the past that have managed to counter this. Eastern Suburbs is a perfect example, because if you can counter Melbourne, if you can match it with them early on, they are beatable. That's their Achilles heel, I think, because they're so used to being far in front in games. If you can match it with them early on, or if you can get on top, it disrupts their game plan. I thought also we attacked the right side of the field, the left-hand side of the field correctly. I think going to the right-hand side of the field wasn't the right option. I think they went to the better side of the field for points, which was the left-hand side of Remus Smith and George Jennings. If you watch me worst Parramatta team in the decade, 2010 to 2020, I did put George Jennings in that side, and you can see why I put him in that side, because he pretty much cost Melbourne the game of the day. 2 high kicks put his side of the field, led the 2 tries, and one of the other tries was down that left-hand side of the field as well. For Parramatta though, I'm dead pleased with this win. I'm really, really happy. Melbourne's, as you know, if you follow this channel, I hate Melbourne more than any club and any code on the planet. I can't stand them. It's so good to beat them. I was going to call them the scum throughout this video, but apparently YouTube doesn't like me calling them the scum because they delete all my comments where I mention them as the scum. So I'm going to call them Melbourne in this video just to be nice. Going into next week though, I know there's going to be Parramatta fans out there that are going to be going crackers like, and they're going to be probably buying grand final tickets and all that, but I'm a realist if you know me personally, and premierships are not won after round 2, and final spots are not guaranteed after round 2. The club's going to have to turn up next week against Cronulla, another bogey side. Hopefully it's not another Jekyll and Hyde performance from Parramatta. We've seen that over the years. After a game like this, they have to back it up next week against Cronulla, and hopefully they can. But anyway, that's me review of the Parramatta round 2 match against Melbourne. We beat them 16 points to 12. I'm dead pleased, and I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel and have not yet subscribed, please consider doing so. My next goal is to get to 800 subscribers. I'm getting dead close. So anyways, everyone, I'll catch you all later. Look after yourselves and go Parramatta. Good old Parramatta to win.